What if Ahsoka joined Maul? In the Clone Wars, we watched Ahsoka Tano walk away from everything she'd ever known. Falsely accused of bombing the Jedi Temple, betrayed by the Order she gave her life to, she made a choice that broke Anakin's heart and changed her future forever. Ahsoka left the Jedi, but she didn't fall. But what if she did? What if, instead of eventually becoming the gray, wandering guardian we know, Ahsoka crossed a line she could never uncross? What if in the days after she left the Order, a former adversary reached out to her? In this timeline, that's exactly what happens. Our story begins on Coruscant, not long after Ahsoka walks down the Jedi Temple steps for the last time. She doesn't go off on some distant, enlightened journey. She goes down into the lower levels where the lights of the upper city don't reach. Down where people don't care if you used to be a Jedi, as long as you're useful. She wanders through the neon haze and alleyway shadows, trying to quiet the storm inside her. Every face she passes reminds her of a truth she doesn't want to admit. The Jedi were supposed to protect the innocent, but when she needed protection, they turned away. One night, she's sitting alone in a grimy cantina, staring into a drink she isn't actually drinking. She's replaying the council chamber, the temple bombing, the trial, every grain of distrust. Suddenly, a figure sits across from her without asking.
You're far from the upper levels, Tano.
Ahsoka's hand drifts towards where her lightsabers used to hang. She catches herself. They're gone now.
Name's Lato. Word is the Jedi didn't want you.
She tries to walk away, but Lato follows.
I work with people. People the Republic forgot. People who need someone like you.
Ahsoka stops.
Like me? You don't know anything about me.
He smiles.
On the contrary, my employer knows exactly who you are, and he agrees with you.
Ahsoka narrows her eyes.
Agrees with me about what?
That the Jedi are blind, that the Republic is rotting, that justice is flexible.
The words land harder than she wants to admit. Lato hands her a small holoprojector.
If you're curious, come to these coordinates.
He leaves without another word as Ahsoka stares at the device. She should throw it away, but she doesn't. Days pass. Ahsoka works odd jobs, helps a few people in trouble, stops a mugging in a narrow corridor, and hates that her instincts still feel Jedi. But no matter what she does, the same questions echo inside her. How many other people did the Jedi fail? How many times did they trust the Republic over the truth? How many times did they ignore what was right in front of them? Finally, she gives in. She goes to the coordinates. They lead to an abandoned warehouse on a platform far from Republic eyes. The air is cold and still. Suddenly, a voice echoes from the shadows.
Former Padawan Ahsoka Tano, cast out by the noble Jedi Order. How interesting.
A figure steps into the light. Red and black tattoos, crown of horns, eyes burning yellow. Maul. Ahsoka's muscles tense.
You're supposed to be dead.
Supposed to be. Much like the Jedi was supposed to be wise. And yet, here we are.
I'm not here to join you. If this is some trick.
Maul raises a hand.
Calm yourself. If I wanted you dead, Tano, we would not be speaking.
He circles slowly, studying her.
They used you, threw you away when it suited them, then had the arrogance to invite you back as if nothing happened.
Ahsoka's jaw tightens.
You don't know anything about it.
I know everything about it, because a Force user treated me the same way. A weapon when convenient, a problem when difficult. You and I, we share a wound, Ahsoka Tano.
She hesitates, and Maul sees it.
I am not offering you chains. I'm offering you a chance to see the galaxy as it truly is, to expose the lies holding it together.
The words slide under her defenses like a knife.
What do you want in return?
Merely your allegiance. Learn from me, fight beside me, and together we will show the Jedi and the Republic what their hypocrisy has cost them.
Ahsoka looks away. The Jedi didn't trust her. The Republic tried to execute her. Anakin defended her. But even he couldn't stop the council from doubting. She thinks about going back to him, about apologizing. Then she remembers the looks on the council's faces when they told her the trial was the will of the Force.
Fine, I'll hear you out.
Maul's smile widens.
And so your true training begins.
Maul doesn't turn Ahsoka to the dark side overnight. He's far more careful than that. At first, he sends her on missions that feel reasonable. Expose a corrupt Republic governor skimming credits from war relief, intercept a shipment of weapons being sold under the table to both sides, take down a slaver ring operating right under the Senate's nose. And always, the pattern is the same. The Jedi looked away, the Senate made excuses, the war continued. Ahsoka begins to see what Maul wants her to see: rot, compromise, and complicity. When she fights, she still uses familiar techniques: disarming, disabling, trying not to kill unless she has to. And Maul notices. One mission goes sideways. A group of mercenaries opens fire on civilians, and Ahsoka steps in, attempting to protect everyone at once. Maul watches her strain, then steps in. With a flick of his hand, he pulls two mercenaries into the air and snaps their necks without a second thought. The plaza goes silent. Ahsoka stares at the bodies.
That wasn't necessary!
Maul turns to her.
They would have killed 10 more before you stopped them. You can save some, or you can stop the ones who do the killing. The Jedi chose the former. Look where that has led them.
Ahsoka looks at the civilians, alive, shaken, staring at her. At that moment, if they had to choose who saved them, the Jedi-like defender or the warrior who just ended the threat decisively, she isn't sure what their answer would be. Later, alone, she meditates, but the Force doesn't feel the same. It feels heavier, sharper, like every choice leaves a scar. Eventually, Maul decides she's ready. He takes her to an old battlefield, one of the many forgotten sites where Jedi and clones fought and died. Scattered among the wreckage are the remains of fallen Jedi, broken hilts, cracked armor, burned cloaks, and a few still humming kyber crystals. Ahsoka picks one up, and the hum resonates in her bones.
This isn't right. We should return these to the temple, or lay them to rest.
The temple abandoned you. The Order cast you out, yet you still cling to their rituals.
He steps closer, eyes gleaming.
These crystals channeled the light for Jedi who died preserving a war that should never have existed. Take them, make them your own. Show the Force what you truly are now.
Ahsoka closes her eyes. She remembers her green blades. She remembers losing them when she left. She remembers feeling empty. Slowly, she reaches into the Force, but this time, she doesn't open herself in calm and trust. She sinks into every feeling she's tried to ignore: hurt, anger, abandonment, the fierce, burning desire to make things right her way. The crystal in her hand screams. Its gentle green light twists, fractures, and floods into a boiling crimson. Ahsoka gasps, but doesn't let go. When it's over, the kyber is no longer a calm, singing presence. It's something else, something that hums in time with her anger. Later, when she ignites her new blades, twin scarlet beams cut through the darkness. For the first time, Ahsoka Tano looks at her reflection in the glow of Sith red light, and she doesn't look away. Word spreads across the Outer Rim, across neutral systems, across criminal networks. A new name joins Maul's, the Togruta with the red blades. Some call her Maul's apprentice, others call her his equal. All agree on one thing: she is terrifyingly effective. She leads strikes against Republic outposts, not to help the Separatists, but to destabilize both sides. She tears through crime syndicates that won't join Maul's Shadow Collective. She dismantles slaving operations, but kills the slavers without hesitation. To the people on the ground, the lines blur. Is she a liberator? A tyrant? Both? In the Jedi Temple, her name surfaces again and again in reports. Council members sit in a circle listening.
Wielding red lightsabers.
Tactics match Tano's training.
Merciless with combatants.
Mace Windu folds his arms.
She's made her choice. She is a threat.
Obi-Wan speaks more softly.
She was our responsibility and we failed her. If anyone can reach her, it's Anakin.
The council debates. In the end, they do what they always do. They send a Jedi into an impossible situation and call it the will of the Force. Anakin Skywalker stands aboard the Resolute, staring at a hollow map of Ahsoka's recent movements. Rex stands nearby, helmet under one arm.
Are you sure it's her, sir?
Anakin doesn't answer right away. He doesn't want to believe it, but the reports line up. The style, the tactics, the moments of mercy in the middle of brutality.
It's her. It has to be.
Obi-Wan appears as a hologram.
Anakin, our sources say Maul has taken refuge on Malachor. If Ahsoka is truly with him, that's where you'll find her.
Anakin frowns.
Malachor? That world is cursed.
Which is probably why Maul chose it. Be careful. And bring her home, if you can.
The transmission ends. Anakin looks out at the streaking stars of hyperspace.
She never should have had to leave.
Rex nods.
She deserved better, sir.
Anakin's jaw tightens.
This time, I won't fail her.
Malachor is worse than the stories. A jagged graveyard of a planet, scarred by some ancient catastrophe. Black stone spires, shattered statues of long-dead Sith, an enormous half-buried temple dominating the horizon. Anakin descends alone. His footsteps echo on broken stone as he enters the temple. Inside, red light flickers from below. Whispered voices swirl through the Force, not words, but impressions. At the heart of the temple, he finds them. Maul standing near a crackling obelisk of dark energy, and Ahsoka cloaked in shadow.
Ahsoka! You don't have to do this!
She steps forward into the light. The markings on her face are the same. The eyes are not. They're colder, but not empty.
Don't I? The Jedi cast me out. The Republic tried to kill me. Maul showed me the truth. This galaxy doesn't need peacekeepers. It needs people willing to act.
Maul smiles thinly.
You see, she understands what you refuse to admit. The Jedi are weak. The old order is dying. You and I, Skywalker, we are relics. She is the future.
Anakin glares at him.
You're using her! You're not her ally. You're her cage!
Ahsoka's jaw tightens.
I'm no one's prisoner. Not anymore.
She ignites her sabers, twin red blades blazing to life. The sound hits Anakin like a physical blow.
Ahsoka.
I gave everything to the Order and they broke me. Maul gave me power. He showed me how to make real change. But you know what I realized, Anakin?
Her sabers point first at him, then at Maul.
They're the same. Jedi, Sith, Republic, Shadow Collective. Everyone wants to use you for their own war.
The temple seems to shudder around them as the dark side energy reacts to her anger. Maul's eyes narrow.
Careful, child. Without me, you are alone in this galaxy.
Maybe that's better than being someone else's weapon.
Anakin steps closer.
This isn't you. You're more than what they did to you. More than what Maul turned you into. Come with me. We'll leave the war. All of it. Just come back.
For a moment, something softens in her eyes. She remembers laughter on the gunship, training in the temple, Anakin calling her Snips with that annoying, affectionate smirk. She extinguishes one saber, and Maul feels the shift instantly.
Do not be a fool. The Jedi will never take you back. The Republic will never forgive you. You step onto a ship, and you step back into chains.
Ahsoka turns to Maul.
You talked about freedom, about breaking the cycle. But all you've done is build your own version of it. Join your syndicate, fight your war, serve your obsession with Kenobi and Sidious.
She extinguishes the second blade. The temple goes darker, and Maul snarls.
Ungrateful wretch. I gave you power. You were nothing without the Jedi, and you will be less than nothing without me.
Ahsoka steps back from both of them.
That's where you're wrong.
She clips her hilts to her belt and reaches out. Not to Maul, not to Anakin, but to the temple itself, to the ancient humming mechanisms buried deep in the stone. The ground rumbles, cracks race across the floor as statues crumble. The obelisk behind Maul flares, then overloads.
What are you doing?
Ending this.
The temple begins to collapse. Maul leaps toward Ahsoka, red blade spinning, but a section of the floor drops away, forcing him to retreat. Rocks crash down between him and Anakin, and dust fills the air. Anakin runs toward Ahsoka, reaching through the chaos.
Ahsoka, take my hand!
She looks at him through the falling debris. For a heartbeat, it's like being back on Christophsis, back when things were simple, back when Master and Padawan were enough.
I can't.
Yes, you can! We'll figure it out! We'll make it right! Just come with—
She shakes her head.
You still believe the Jedi can be what they were. You still think the Republic can be saved. But I've seen too much, Anakin. I've seen what people do with power. Jedi, Sith, politicians, crime lords.
She looks down at her own empty hands.
And I've seen what I become when I let that power control me.
Another tremor rips through the temple.
You can't save me. Not like this. Because you're still chained to them. And I refuse to be chained to anyone ever again.
Anakin's expression twists between anger and desperation.
Ahsoka.
A section of ceiling collapses between them, forcing him back. When the dust clears, she's already moving, sprinting toward an exit, using the Force to leap across a collapsing bridge. Maul screams her name, hurling debris in her direction, but a falling pillar cuts him off as well, separating all three of them. In the end, each of them escapes. Maul vanishing deeper into the shadows, vowing vengeance, Anakin boarding his shuttle with empty hands and a heavier heart, Ahsoka flying away in a stolen ship with no banner on its hull, no Jedi crest, no Sith emblem, no symbol of any army. Just a ship, carrying a Togruta who has walked through the light, tasted the dark, and chosen something else. Ahsoka never truly returns to the light, but she doesn't accept the dark, she breaks from both. Whispers spread across the galaxy of a lone Force user who appears where things are about to break. A warlord about to wipe out a village, a corrupt senator about to sell out their world, a Sith cultist digging for artifacts best left buried. Sometimes she stops them with a lightsaber, sometimes she stops them with a quiet warning, sometimes she walks away and lets people choose for themselves. The clones who once served under her tell stories in mess halls, afraid of the rumors they hear about her. Anakin, meanwhile, carries another weight he can't put down. He failed to keep his mother. He failed to keep Ahsoka. The Council keeps asking more of him. And somewhere deep inside, a seed of resentment grows. The kind Maul once talked about. The kind Ahsoka saw in his eyes on Malachor and walked away from. The galaxy continues towards its familiar destiny. Sidious rising, the war grinding on, and the Jedi falling. But now, in the cracks, there's a new variable, Ahsoka Tano. Not Jedi, not Sith, a living question mark in the Force. And all of it began with a single choice.